All right, so slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, which just means the y is by itself. Why do they call it slope-intercept? Because when the y is by itself, you can see the slope and you can see the y-intercept. So, today I'm going to give you a graph. And from the graph, you're going to calculate the slope and the y-intercept. Once you do that, you just write it next to the x and the constant at the end, and you're done. That's going to be your equation. So, here are the instructions again on how to find the slope from a graph. You mark 2 points. Once you mark 2 points, you rise and run. That's how you find the slope from a graph. We did that already. Now the only thing we're adding is looking for where the line touches the y-axis. That's it. Those are the only two things you need. The slope and the y-intercept, which is where the line touches the y-axis. Now, before we move on, I have to show you a couple things. Let me remind you how to get the y by itself. So to get the y by itself, first you need to remove the term with the x on it by adding or subtracting. That leaves you with negative y equals negative 3x plus 6. Now, there's a negative 1 coefficient, so we're not done yet. You have to divide all 3 terms by the coefficient. And that'll give us our final equation. Y equals positive 3x minus 6. Again, once you have the y by itself, you know the slope is the number that touches the x, and the y-intercept is the constant at the end. So let's do a couple examples. Using this worksheet. So look at number 1. First of all, you start from left to right, always. So we're going to go from left to right, marking 2 points. The first point I see is right here, touching the y-axis on positive 4. The next point I see is right here. So now all you have to do is connect your dots by either going up and right or down and right. Those are the only 2 directions you're going to go. So in order to go from the left point to the right point, we have to go down and right. Now, how many boxes did we go down? Three boxes down. So negative 3 is the rise, and then we run positive 2. So right now we have most of our answer. Y equals negative 3 over 2x. The only thing missing is the y-intercept. Now, where does this blue line touch the y-axis? On this number, which is positive 4. That will be the equation for number 1. Now let's practice on number 2. Again, from left to right is what we're looking for. So the first point I see is right here. The next point is right here. So now you start off by writing y equals mx plus b. And you're only replacing the m and the b. So from these 2 dots that we marked, we have to go down 5 units, right 3. So that would be negative 5 over 3. And now, where does that blue line touch the y-axis on this number, which happens to be 0? Anything with plus 0 at the end, you don't have to write the plus 0. So your equation is just y equals negative 5 over 3x. Because the y-intercept is 0, you don't have to write a number there. All right, on the next two, both slopes are positive. So from left to right, my first dot would be right here. My next dot would be on the top of the graph. Now I have to go up 3, right 1. So my slope for this one is going to be 3 over 1. And now where does the blue line touch the y-axis? Right here on positive 2. Now 3 over 1 is 3. So simplify your slope to just 3. That would be the equation for number 3. Any questions so far? All right, number 4. From left to right, first point I see is right here. The next point is right here. So now to get from left to right, I have to go up 5 units, right 3. So I already know my slope is positive 5 over 3. Only thing left to put is the y-intercept, which is where this blue line touches the y-axis, which is on positive 3. This is how you come up with an equation from a graph. Now, what we're going to do next is practice 1 or 2 problems from IXL. All right, so this is the IXL you're going to be doing, S8. This is the first IXL that's going to be due this week. So, same thing we just did on the worksheet we're doing on this IXL. From left to right, mark 2 points. The first point I see is right here. The next one is right here. So now all we have to do is go up and right or down and right. In this case, we're going to go down and right. So we went down 1 box, that would be negative 1, and right 3 boxes is positive 3. So right now we have y equals negative 1 over 3x. The only thing missing is the y-intercept. Where does that black line touch the y-axis? On positive 4. Same exact way. Any questions so far? All right, I'm going to let you guys start practicing. If you want to do the IXL first to practice, that's fine. But make sure that the worksheet is in my Google Classroom or in my bin in person the next time you see me, which is Thursday.